Hello, everyone. I hope you're all having a good evening. This is Chris for the Informed Stoner, and today is Monday, the 20th of February, 2023. Time for our evening news segment. This is coming out from NBC News. Ohio to open a clinic amid growing health concerns over train derailment. The clinic will open at noon on Tuesday for any East Palestine area residents with questions related to the February 3rd train derailment. Um, you know, February 3rd is the 20th. I think they're a little late on that. 17 days after. These people probably have a lot of questions and concerns. I know they've all been told that it's great. You can go back and drink the water and breathe the air, but, well, everyone's, I'm sure, rightly concerned. But let's see what they have to say. The Ohio Department of Health is launching a clinic in East Palestine on Tuesday to address mounting health concerns among residents after a train derailment prompted Norfolk Southern officials to release and burn a toxic chemical in the area to avoid an explosion. Well, I can't speak either way on this. I'm not a chemist, but I've seen it stated that it was good that they did and that it was horrible that they did the burn. Um, I know that there was a fire to begin with. I don't know if they really had an option, but all I know is the whole situation is horrible. The department said in a news release Sunday it would be opening the clinic in partnership with the County, Columbian County Health Department and with support of the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. It said the clinic, which opens at noon, will be available to East Palestine area residents who have medical questions or concerns related to the recent train derailment. Well, I'm sure that there's going to be a lot of questions. I think America's got a lot of questions on what's going to be the long term of this, and are they going to mess with the water tables, the land, environmental, it's just horrible. Comes after the state's Attorney General office indicated its plan to take legal action against Norfolk Southern after the 150-car train carrying hazardous chemicals derailed on February 3rd. Well, yeah, I would hope some kind of legal action would be held against them. That's a horrible environmental disaster, to say the least. In a notice of intent to sue addressed to Alan Shaw, the president and CEO of Norfolk Southern, Ohio Attorney General Dave Yost said his office was considering litigation over the derailment. After Norfolk Southern's train derailed, the company caused the release of hazardous materials into the air, land, and surface, and groundwaters in and around East Palestine. Yost said in the letter dated February 15th. Well, yeah, I obviously I hope they didn't do it on purpose, but it happened and it needs to be dealt with. The pollution, which continues to contaminate the area around East Palestine, created a nuisance, damage to natural resources, and caused a nuisance, and environmental harm. I just can't get over that nuisance. Jesus, come on, man. Local residents in Ohio waters have been damaged as a result, he said. Well, yeah, of course they have. This is a huge environmental catastrophe. Chemicals of man-made nature, and it's nasty, bad stuff for everyone. Who knows what's going to happen 20 years down the line to the water, to the land, to the animals, let alone the people. In his notice, Yost also noted that Norfolk Southern was legally obligated to preserve all information potentially relevant to the impending litigation. Well, yeah, you can't go torch the receipts. He specifically noted that the records of all current and former employees in Norfolk Southern and its contractors pertaining to the derailment, pollution, and causes of the pollution must be preserved. Yeah, we need to know what the heck went on there. Already, the rail company is facing multiple class action lawsuits from members of East Palestine community over the February 3rd incident, which forced residents within a roughly 1 mile radius to evacuate their homes. That's a big radius. 1 mile may not seem like a lot to some people, but that's a good size area. Some residents say they have suffered health issues since the incident, while others say they have found dead animals, including fish and chicken, in the area since the derailment. For the most part, those suing the rail company say they have lost income due to the evacuations, and they were exposed to cancer-causing chemicals, no longer feeling safe in their homes. Now, I've seen the videos, the dead fish in the creeks, the dead chickens that people had in their yard. Who knows what other kind of animals have fallen to this, and people's dogs, people's cats. Who knows? Vinyl chloride, the chemical that was released by the rail company, is classified by the Environmental Protection Agency as a carcinogen that can increase one's risk of liver cancer or damage with routine exposure. Well, I don't know what they consider routine exposure, but if you're living in clouds of this stuff for weeks, I'm pretty sure that that's going to check that box. One of the class action lawsuits alleges that the rail company discharged more cancer-causing vinyl chloride into the environment in the course of a week than all industrial emitters combined did in the course of a year in the U.S. That's horrible, and we shouldn't even be releasing that in a year, let alone a week, but I guess that's a topic for another day. Norfolk Southern previously said it was unable to commit directly to litigation, but in the public update on Thursday, the company said that in addition to ongoing cleanup work, it was distributing more than $2 million in financial assistance to families and businesses to help with the cost of the evacuation. It also said it was creating a $1 million fund for the community. The company did not immediately respond to a request for further comment on Monday. A $1 million fund for the community. I've heard it said there's 5,000 people that live in this town. $1 million to 5,000 people is not going to go far. And if these people's property values are now worthless because of this, let alone the harm to them and their families, that's a bit ridiculous. In an open letter, Shaw promised to stay in the area as long as it takes to ensure your safety and help East Palestine recover and thrive. As of Sunday, the Environmental Protection Agency had evaluated the indoor air in more than 530 homes, in conjunction with Norfolk Southern, and had not detected vinyl chloride above levels of concern in any of them. Above levels of concern. Sometimes you just gotta wonder. Meanwhile, Governor Mike DeWine said Thursday that the municipal water was safe to drink based on the results of sampling and tests done by the EPA. Norfolk Southern, sorry folks, and other agencies. In an apparent bid to demonstrate the water was safe to drink, the state EPA shared a photo on Twitter of agency officials and politicians, including East Palestine Mayor Trent Conway, enjoying a glass of clean water. They just happened to get out of this. Yeah, sure. It could just happen to be bottled water, I don't know, maybe. It said that they were happy to see good data results that show the water in the village is safe to drink. And, I could be talking out my butt here. They may have, in the video that you see here, they may have poured the water straight from the faucet. It could be straight tap. Could also be water that's sat in, some sort of a container or something. Who knows? I wouldn't drink it either way. Still, as concerns grow, Tuesday, this clinic will allow residents to receive a health assessment and have their concerns addressed. Well, that's the very least they could do, right? The very, very least. Last week, I was in East Palestine and listened as many area residents expressed their concerns and fears, State Health Director Bruce Vanderhoff said in a statement provided by the department. I heard you, the state heard you, and now the Ohio Department of Health and many of our partner agencies are providing this clinic, where people can come and discuss these vital issues with medical providers. The clinic will be housed at the First Church of Christ at 20 West Martin Street. Registered nurses and mental health specialists are expected to be on site. A toxicologist will either be at the clinic or available by phone. The health department said in the news release, a mobile unit operated by the Community Action Agency of Columbia County will also be parked outside the church to accommodate more appointments. Community members can start scheduling appointments Monday by calling 234-564-7755 or 234-564-78888, the health department said. In a recent letter addressed to Shaw, U.S. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg and Norfolk Southern would need to uphold its stated commitment to those affected by the derailment. The people of East Palestine cannot be forgotten, nor can their pain be simply considered the cost of doing business, he said. Well, I mean, I hope he believes that because that's true. These people asked for none of this, and they didn't bring it upon themselves either. They were bystanders to a horrible accident, and as such, they need to be taken care of. I hope it all works out well for all of them, but only the future will tell. But that's our evening update for today. Thanks for stopping in. If you like the content, please like and subscribe. Feel free to come back and view some more with us sometime.